Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War stream. So of course today, main thing we're going to be doing is getting more keys. We actually got one off stream for a total of 3 so far, still a pretty pitiful number. Want to try at least bringing that to ideally 10, but of course it somewhat comes down to luck on what that number might end up becoming. But, yeah, we need to go get more. Going to be getting Sentinel to level 100 today. That's going to be pretty relevant because that's going to be basically the best tank in the game as far as hero classes are concerned. Unfortunately, it doesn't have half mana start, which holds it back a little bit, or at least it doesn't naturally have half mana start. But it's still a pretty good hero class overall, probably around top 5 or so, the lower end of top 5. And after that, we're going to be working on Warden because we're getting a half-star elemental troop in 2 weeks from now. Not next Friday, but the following Friday? Yeah. Something's around there. The 17th. Whatever May 17th is. But, yeah, that's pretty much the game plan. Let's go open this and then go get Sentinel leveled a bit further. And by a bit further, I mean all the way. Also, we got 350 base arcanes the other day. Not like that is too relevant until we actually know what we need Tradestone Sync for. But, once we know, well, that might be more relevant. But, until then, kind of just guesstimating how many watch you need. Hello everyone! Hope all of you have been having a good weekend so far. Hello Haley, hello Bass, hello Mehmet, hello Frag Hunter, hello Elite, hello Huzzah, hello JZG, hello Useless Cedric. Why does it keep giving us Cedrics? At least it gave us 3 event keys, but even that I don't really need too much. But anyways, back to Draxzoom, back to the Explore grind. Hello JZG, hello Gustavo, hello William, hello Marbarashi, hello Christy, and hello everyone else, welcome. And of course, we're still running the same thing for now. I will be switching into Warden, though, of course, once we head over there. And once we do, I might try out Leprechaun just to see what happens, since we'll have half mana start then. Just to see how much of a difference it really has, since we'll have half mana start. It definitely isn't worth it without having a half mana start, but with it, might as well give it a shot and see what happens. And once the elemental troop comes in, we'll definitely be doing it with Firebomb instead of Leprechaun, as we need the elemental bonus. While obviously he already starts with full mana, the elemental bonus would be Sunbird getting 6 extra HP, which of course means 6 extra damage. Let's see. Looks like we're probably going to go on a no arcane streak for a while. We didn't do too bad yesterday. I think we did average about 9 per hour yesterday. I didn't keep track of the exact amount, though. Anything that's at least 8 per hour, I'd be perfectly fine with on arcanes. So sometimes you can get really, really bad luck with like 4 or less an hour. So some hours you can get even better luck. You can get like 20 in an hour. Seems to fluctuate so much. It does average around 10 to 12, though. Oh, and got a glory gnome already. Please drop 1,000. Definitely the gnome we want to see. And we have been getting 1,000 every hour so far already off of these glory gnomes. Pretty consistently hit 1,000 drop each time. So of course it would troll me by giving me the lowest possible drop right there. And hey, 200 glory is 200 glory. It adds up. Definitely not small. There'll never be a Tradestone Sync. Stop dreaming. They said it would. They literally said it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Let's see. Well, they specifically mentioned it, which is the only reason why I mention it. They specifically stated it multiple times. But you never know. They've mentioned that with other things too, like a friends list, and it never came. But no, there most likely will be one. Because they've completely devalued trait stones to be pointless. And they do want to fix that. Let's see. Oh yes, I will be making a new guide very soon for Nintendo Switch version. For the 1 month mark that we just ended up finishing. I've still been meaning to record it, just haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, we will be covering another guide video for it. One that's up to date completely with Nintendo Switch version, because we'll be doing it on the Nintendo Switch version from the 1 month progress video. Well, it's more so like a early game, mid game kind of explanation video, more so than a progress video. I guess it's also technically a slight progress video on how the account's been after a month. I mainly wanted to cover a video for it for now, from when we went from early game to mid game, and another one sometime several months from now when we go from mid game to late game with it. Basically just as an explanation of what exactly happened and, you know, all the details that need to be known for it. But yeah, Nintendo Switch is missing a lot of content currently. The only hero class that's viable on it is Titan. That is the entire list of good hero classes on Nintendo Switch version. Is just Titan. Literally just Titan. Doesn't even have something like Frost Mage either. No Frost Mage, no Thief, no Sentinel, no. None of those. Come on, Volky. No, you want to. Nope, but we got Celestial. Threw me off for a second. Yeah, things also said by Surian. Friends list, PC keyboard shortcuts. 27 out of 30 Guild Wars. Actual rewards for Tower of Doom. 5 sigils daily for Tower of Doom. Wait, did he actually say 5 sigils daily for Tower of Doom? I don't recall that one ever being a thing. I do remember all the other ones, though. That also reminds me, let me go set up hotkeys real quick. I don't actually have hotkeys ready, because I normally have the Nintendo Switch version. The camera. Rip camera. Whoops, unplugged the wrong one. Let's see. How on earth do we fix? I never understand how this never wants to be fixed. Like whenever it gets interrupted during a thingy. Yeah, we have broke the camera. Let's see. So if we do this, that'll bring up nothing. And if we switch it back, there's no refresh for it either that ever wants to properly function. Wait, is it working now again? Okay, there we go. Never mind. We've made progress. Not sure why that worked for once. There we go. Okay, now it's back. Anyways, that's not the one I meant to unplug. What I meant to unplug was this one. This is the right one, right? Why do I have them reversed? Normally I have it the other way around. I wonder why I unplugged that one. Okay, now we should have hotkeys. There we go. Anyways, now that that's done. Yes, I know. There we go. See, they added hotkeys to PC. There we go. This will save some time. Might as well. I don't think we're switching over to Nintendo Switch version, at least not during this stream, so might as well plug in the thingy. Okay. Where are we? And it was killed off the shard. Hello, Kevin! Good morning! Welcome. Official Help Center image has it with 5. That's funny. I never realized that. So they might have taken it during the beta before they rebalanced it. They likely made it the same to all the other ones just to make it easier to understand. Like, it makes sense that Delves doesn't have 4 per day. But, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't have been too confusing if they would have done 5 for Dooms. Hello, Skeleton King. Welcome. Yeah, we've been doing pretty bad on vault keys this time around. We're about 6 hours of farming in with only 3 vault keys currently. At this point, we'd be lucky if we can even hit 6. So of course, ideally, we'd want to hit around 10 or so, if not more. Yeah, Saturday morning with Tacit and coffee. Doesn't get any better. Thanks for that. Also, is the connection a little bit bad for anyone? Let me know. I noticed the thing says it's actually bad at the moment. I don't think it's gone down yet, though. Not sure why. Same thing as it always is. Nothing has been changed. Okay, we'll throw that down. That in there. Hello, Mark the Punk. Welcome. All we got was some useless gold. Not what we want to see. Is mini drops. That is not one of them we want. Oh, that is one though. Arcanes. We already got all the arcanes we need from this kingdom, but might as well farm more. Really, at this point, pretty much every kingdom is working to 400. You found 9 vault keys so far this weekend? Very nice. Yeah, this one's slightly below average for us so far. Normally by Saturday, we end up going into it normally around 6 to 10. And right now we only have 3. How's the gnome hunt going? It's been going slightly below average. How it's going so far. But still getting plenty of other good loot. Even if we get no vault keys, there's still plenty of overall loot gained from it, to the point that it's actually worth it. Of course, we do want some shiny vault key drops. So far, we haven't gotten anything, though. We got a small orange, and then a Cedric. So basically... nothing, nothing, and super nothing. Do I have any ideas for a team using the new class coming up? You'd basically always use it in first slot with 44% skull reduction. 44% skull dodge. It has the highest skull dodge in the entire game, having 30% and 20%. Which stacks for about 44% or so. Somewhere around there. But yeah, as far as actual teams, I'm not 100% certain yet. It's because it doesn't really have much kingdom synergy. And you would use it basically like Sentinel, except it's not Sentinel. Like, it's the same, but different. It has no barrier options, if I'm not mistaken, actually. But as far as defensiveness, it has much of the same aspects of it, except it's better against skull spam compared to that of Sentinel. Can I confirm if a different hero class can be used for each team and still obtain the max bonus? Yes, that is correct. You are allowed to use a completely different hero class for every single one and still gain max points for Guild Wars. That is correct. However, your weapon has to be different. So you can't run Mountain Crusher for all 6. However, you can run the same hero class for all 6, and it will not penalize you. But no, you do not need to make your hero classes unique. You can use like Titan twice, Thief 3 times, and maybe like Frost Mage for one other one, and it will not penalize you at all. However, your weapons have to be unique. So if you use Mountain Crusher, you can't use Mountain Crusher on the other 5. And any weapon that you use on one, you can't use on the other 5. What level are we on Switch right now? We're in the high 600s. What we're at the moment. Somewhere in the high 600s. Still need to do Bounty Hunter on it this week, as well as Guild Wars on it this week. Why Forest Guardian instead of another Firebomb? Mainly because we need the Sunbird for a quick wipe. Normally, you can get full mana on one Firebomb, and then we can just kill it from there. Forest Guardian gives a half mana, brings it to 6. And this would normally bring it to full mana until it trolls us by not getting full mana multiple times in a row. But let's throw that down. Normally, it's supposed to get full mana. Try us again. Still doesn't want to give it to us. That's fine. I still feel like it's worth it more that way. At this point, you almost never run 2 times Firebomb. You might as well just run Leprechaun at that point. Or just run 2 of your damage source like Sunbird Rowan. Hey, Volky! First one of the stream. Very nice. We'll give out a redeem code on the next one that we get. So that's 4 keys total now. Making progress. Well, hopefully we get something good out of it. Though compared to the drops we've already gotten, it is very unlikely that it could be much worse. Though it is still possible it could give us a random common. A random common would be worse. Don't you dare give us a random common. Let's see, what do we have? No, it's tied worse. We got another Cedric. So we got 2 oranges and 2 Cedrics. And we get 2 major purples in a row now. At least we got 2 gem keys off it, if nothing else. So I guess that vault key was basically like a 4 gem key drop or something. Kind of. Even that would have been better. But oh well. Yeah, 4 vault keys now. The arbitrary goal that we have for this weekend, I guess, is around 10, but hopefully we can reach it. Another 6. Hopefully be able to. Mainly comes down to luck, though. For all we know, that could be the only vault key of the stream. That better not be, though. We get at least 1 more, if not more. Who knows? Maybe we'll get like 3 vault keys in a row. We have gotten 2 vault keys in a row. I don't think I've ever done triple, though. And in a row, I mean, like, have a battle, get a vault key, have a battle, get a vault key. Like, literally in a row. Like, back-to-back battles. So Sentinel should be at 98 very soon. I believe we are around an hour or an hour 10, hour 20 minutes away. Sometime in that like little hour range of, slightly more than an hour range of having Sentinel maxed. Then we can move on to Warden, which also gets half mana start from the Forest Guardian. That would also give us a beast bonus, which will give Sunbird a little bit more damage. Not a lot, but I believe it's 4 or so. Forgot to double check how much it even is. It's some amount of extra damage to it. More than it has now. You've gotten 14 vault keys. 1 from a vault key. Very nice. Yeah, the most... What was the most we've gotten on a weekend? Almost around 20 or so, right? Somewhere around there. There's some people that have gotten like 50 plus in a single weekend before. However, that does require playing for like 16 plus hours a day during the vault event. And even then, it's still somewhat luck based. Okay, we got an arcane. I'll take it. That over. Don't have a cascade, so let's grab that. And then Sunbird Wipe. Okay, get that down. Luckily we cascade his mana and he just dies immediately. Let's see, we already got our reds. Oh, do we have a set to... Wait. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, don't we have a set to explosion? I forgot. It doesn't have explosion on extra turn. Wonder why I didn't do it for a second. Because it doesn't have it. That would help. Actually, out of everything that has Storm Tree, it's pretty much just Titan as the only real viable one. I guess there's technically Frostmage some too, but Titan's pretty much the primary one. We still need a elemental hero class though. I don't think we're getting one for a while, and by a while, I don't even think we're getting one anytime this year. Quite unfortunate. But it'd be very useful to say the least. So hello, Leomar. Welcome. Okay, we'll take a firebomb down. Oh yeah, has anyone seen the new Avengers movie, by the way? Of Endgame? I don't know if I'm gonna be catching it or not. 3 hours seems like a lot to have to sit through for a movie. Can't even remember the last movie I've actually even watched that's been that long. Let's see. Whoever did, don't. Or don't spoil. Not sure if anyone here even has yet. This came out yesterday, so. Come on, Volky. Nope. Double Miner. One of his worst possible drops. Hello, Clary. Welcome. Oh, that didn't kill? Okay, we'll take that over. Not be enough to wipe with anything. Oh yeah, some of them do it on Thursday night. Yeah. Most bigger movies do premiere on the day before, technically. If not a nightly showing, some kind of showing during the day. So we should probably try finding a different faction soon. We should already be about 360 on this trade stone. Actually, what I should go do, although we already checked some of it earlier, I should double check a couple of the epics and legends that are coming up in the near future, and see which ones that we might actually have a small amount of trade stones on. Make sure we have a excess just in case we need to spend extra on them, because our amounts of trade stone is going to go down most of the time. Especially if it's something new, like a faction epic. Let me actually go check that real quick. I know that the legend wasn't going to do it, but I don't think I checked the epic. Some epics I don't need to check, like the raid and evasion ones, because we're going to buy deep enough that I believe we get most, if not all, the trait stones. However, what I do need to check is, and of course the mythic will just be throwing orbs at to get it upgraded. But what I'm looking for is, the faction epic, which is where to go. Blue-brown. How many blue-browns do we have? I feel like we're low on blue-brown. If I check blue-brown, I feel like it's 350 something. So maybe blue-brown's our next order of business then. Where's blue-brown? Oh no, we have 388. Never mind, blue-brown is safe. What else do we still need from a trait stone perspective? Let's see. We got the blue-brown. What other high legend or high rarity things are coming? A yellow purple. We have a pretty decent number of those. Is that a event key legend? No. Let's see. Won't need it for that. There's a legendary. Yellow purple. Yellow purple. Yellow purple. Nope. Okay, all these trade stones we already have enough of. Okay, well, let's go for our lowest one. A lot of the content coming in the near future, we actually don't really need to bother with our trade stone yet. Wait, where's brown purple currently? Okay, yeah, we got enough of brown purple for now. I guess we go to lavas then. So we have 3 annoying kingdoms for this. Hey, you know what? That would make perfect sense. Let's go max out Sentinel and Erskaya. Not only do we need the trait stone, but that's where the hero class comes from. They'll train its final levels within its own kingdom. That works perfectly. Also, at this point, we'll hand out the redeem code either once we hit this hero class to level 100, which should take about an hour or so, or once we get next Vault Key, whichever one happens first. So with that being said, basically once it gets next level. Once it gets max level. Because I have a feeling it's going to get too unlucky on Vault Keys again. Oh, we already got one, so we'll see. Your local theater has 28 showings. I didn't even check how many showings mine has by me. I'm not even sure if I'm going to catch it or not. Hello, Starlight. Welcome. Why not kill gnomes on Switch version? Nintendo Switch doesn't currently have a Vault event. Nintendo Switch version has events at completely different times. I believe next weekend is Nintendo Switch's Vault event. In which case we would be doing it, yes. At least to some degree. What do we take here? Let's take that over for now. Cover Sunbird. No Nintendo Guild Wars? Nintendo Switch does have Guild Wars right now. It's a little bit weird right now, though, how it's set up. But, yeah, we will be doing those. We'll probably stream it sometime tomorrow, hopefully. Or I might just do it off stream for once. But I'll try to get it streamed. Get all 6 battles all at once would be interesting. Normally, I never do all 6 Guild Wars in one day. We'd be able to do that on that account. I still need to go do Bounty Hunter on it, too. To some degree. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the entirety of the game mode. I might just do the free battles. Because I think we can still make top 50 leaderboard, or almost even top 20, just with the free battles. It's pretty insane, but I believe we can get away with it. And then whatever other guild requirements we still have on that account. I haven't put too much time in on this most recent week. Actually, the last 2 weeks I haven't put an excessive amount of time in it. Basically just like the bare minimum of a mid-game, end-game guild kind of amount of time. And of course, I've still been doing all the dailies on it. I have been missing some of the delves, but I've been doing all the dungeons, obviously, as that's probably the most important thing of all the dailies, for sure, is getting those few diamonds each day and keep accumulating those until you eventually get a mythic. That doesn't take any time at all. It takes like, what, 5 minutes or less, more often than not. After yesterday's discussion on diamonds, you put together 2 tables? Nice. Let me see. Let's see. I have a full breakdown of all the different ways that you can end up getting the diamonds then. Checking through it real quick. Let's see. Yeah, it seems all correct then. I need to go through that later though, just to make sure. It seems about right. From what I can tell from a quick glance. Yeah, it's still another month and a half or so until the other account has a mythic. I'm still not sure what we're crafting yet. I'm probably leaning towards Infernus, but I'm not sure yet. Infernus or Wardbreaker, whichever one we kind of get first. Ideally Infernus, but we'll see. Iron Gut into Possessed King is even that bad of an option of a first craft these days. However, you can't do that on Nintendo Switch because both of those two troops don't exist on Nintendo Switch. But that combo actually isn't that bad if you're playing on any other platform starting out. It's the only slight annoying thing about Nintendo Switch being so far behind. There's basically two different ways to play early game now. Yeah, Starlight's been making a lot of very helpful little info things. Yeah, we got Celestial, nice. Also, I wonder how many red kills we're at right now. Probably almost 900. Someone's probably already at over 10,000 by now. I wouldn't be surprised throughout the week. Okay, what do we would take here? We'll move that over. We killed the most important thing, which is the gnome, but we don't have the mana to kill it now, so... Oh boy, let me grab that. And we Sunbird kill it, and if that's not enough, we just throw the poke. There we go, 700 glory this hour. Still need one more good glory gnome drop before that goes over 1,000 for the hour. Okay, I'll throw that down for now. Get our greens over, take our purple, and that'll be full just to wipe it out. As long as he doesn't do anything weird here, and he's fine. Why is the Switch version so behind? I have no clue why they made the Switch version so behind. If I had to guess, it's because they were working on it for a while and they just didn't bother getting it out, and then the version was just that far behind. It's something they've been talking about for over a year, and something that they were hinting at really heavily for several months now, but they only just recently did it a month ago. But yeah, it has a weird mix of being behind, but also fully up to date with some things, which is really strange. Like, it has stuff from version 4.3, which is the most recent patch of the game, yet also is missing content from like a year ago. It's a really weird mix of versions. Hello, September Blake. Welcome. Welcome. Glad you could join us again. Good, that did not convert. Though, luckily, even if it did convert, that was not a relevant one. Only relevant one would have been Hero there. Would have slowed us down. Yeah, there is some of a benefit to it being behind. The biggest benefit being we get Earth's Fury, we get Trickster Shot, and we get other similar weapons like those. All the Mang-like weapons that were ridiculously, insanely good, we're going to be getting on Nintendo Switch. So Yasmin's Pride, Earth's Fury, which we already have, Trickster Shots, stuff like that, are all going to be obtainable for free on Nintendo Switch. Or, you know, by free, I mean just using your free gems that you already have. Or just crafting in the Soul Forge. But we will be able to obtain it one way or another without having to spend any money on it. And there's enough gems in the economy now that most people would be able to easily afford it. You could pretty much get 75 gems for free just from making the leaderboard thing. There's still so few people contesting it because there's only a few tens of thousands actually playing the game. And most of them are still playing relatively casually. Including myself nowadays. Like, the first 2 weeks I went really hard on it, though the rest of the time I've been going a little bit lighter. There are going to be some weeks where we play it more often. Of course, now we shifted it a little bit more back to our main account. Nothing too grindy is going to be added between now and version 4.4, though, if I'm not mistaken. Because we already know next patch on PC Mobile and, you know, all the others is pretty much bringing in nothing. It's just mainly fixes for a lot of stuff, which is nice to always see a patch that just does a bunch of fixes. We definitely need those. But I don't believe it's really bringing in any new content, and if it is, it's something relatively small. The patch after that will be a different story, though. But this next one is relatively small patch, mainly just for others. And it should probably be within the next month or so. Like late May seems like it's probably the time it's coming out. Though no official date has been given. Late May, early June, either or. Death Knight is not the absolute worst class. It has one specific purpose. However, you don't need to upgrade it at all to really utilize that purpose. And that is you kill it with Elspeth immediately into a purple troop. So you kill your hero as a purple troop. You know, just using a pure purple weapon in last slot. That will then death mark all your enemies. And then you then cast Sacrifice to gain a bunch of magic. That's about the only ridiculously good purpose that Death Knight has. It's mainly used for its final trait. Why the Forest Guardian? To feed Sunbird a half mana, so that we can get it quick kill off of it. Also, we're going to be switching to Warden soon. And in that case, we'll have Triple Beast, which will give you even more damage. But normally you just get full mana there, then you wipe, and you repeat, just like that battle. That's why we have half mana on it. Not having that half mana would not be enough to get Sunbird to full mana there, unless we use Leprechaun or something similar. But yeah, it's basically just for the sole purpose of starting Sunbird with 6 mana instead of 0. We are getting a half mana star elemental troop in 2 weeks, though. The next faction brings in 50% elemental start. And of course, Sunbird's elemental. It's also relevant that Firebomb's elemental, because even though he wouldn't start with any more mana, because, well, he already has empowered. Plus, it doesn't stack even if it wasn't empowered. But it does count as an elemental, so we'd have triple elemental for a damage bonus on Sunbird of 6. And that's not even counting the fact that we don't even have a hero class that's elemental, which would bring it up even higher. Because that would bring it to like 12 HP plus 2 magic or something, or 3 magic, I mean. Basically around 15 additional damage instead of 6 additional damage. Yeah, last I checked, we're not getting an elemental hero class anytime this year, though. Or at least not within the next 6 months or so. You never know, they might change up the schedule. Also, Tina is so ridiculously annoying. 50% spell reduction makes it almost always survive. And it has it on the second trait, too. Meaning it normally has it, unlike Undyne. That normally doesn't have it because it's all the way on its third trait for the Submerge. So of course, Submerge negates it all the way down to 0, whereas that just negates it by 50%, but still. The fact that it has that much higher rate just makes it more annoying, because almost every time you see a Tina, it will almost guarantee you have 50% reduction, because it's on its second trait. But of course, traits get distributed a little bit randomly. They either have 1, 2, or 3 traits, but they normally have 2 or 3. And Tina only needs 2 to get that reduction. What classes you think needs a rework? Almost everything that isn't Titan. No, just kidding. It isn't necessarily the hero classes themselves. In some instances, it's more so the trees that they have. But there are a few pretty noteworthy ones that do need a rework. The really first one that comes to mind, or the first two, is Warden and not Necromancer, Warden and Sorcerer. Warden just has a abysmal final trait. Well, for one, its trees are pretty average, or even below average, but it doesn't have any good traits. Every single trait it has is bad, and its unique trait is just +5 armor to all allies, which is pretty much pointless. Not only are there no beasts that synergizes with, even if there were, that's basically the equivalent of having no bonus whatsoever. 5 armor is extremely trivial, and there's no beasts that end up utilizing it, which defeats the whole point. Other than that, Sorcerer, biggest issue with Sorcerer is ever since they started adding those traits that give like +1 to all stats of a certain color to every single ally of that color. Sorcerer's 50% chance to gain 1 magic just seems so ridiculously bad. It should be either a 100% chance for 1 magic, or maybe like a 50% for 3 magic or something, or even 100% chance for 2 magic, who knows, because it doesn't even have half mana start, so might as well give it a little bit more magic. But it's just really underwhelming compared to something like a Bard, which not only gives itself 1 to all stats per turn, including magic, at 100% rate, not even a percent chance, but it gives it to literally every yellow ally on your team, potentially meaning 4 magic to your entire team, +4 of every other stat, which is way higher than what Sorcerer does, which is 50% chance for 1 magic. There's a few other ones here and there too that need a rework, but those are the main 2 that I think of pretty much every single time when I think of weak hero classes. Okay, we'll throw that down for now. Dervish needs more design rework before it comes out. It looks like it's a terrible besides Lightning Storm and Agility. Well, it has a couple things going for it. Yes, it is pretty average. It is missing a lot of things that make a hero class good. The only really good aspect of it is it has 2 different forms of dodge, which do stack to about 44% dodge, to 30 and 20%. And the only other thing it really has going for it is, as you mentioned, the explosion thingy. It gets to explode a gem every extra turn that it does. I believe it also has Hunter's Mark every extra turn, which means it would be the only hero class currently that has that combo of 1 explosion into a Hunter's Mark thingy. Not really that gigantic of a combo, but it's still a decent combo nonetheless. But no, it doesn't have too much going for it. It also counts as monster, and there really isn't any good monster synergies. Its typing just isn't good. It's also from a kingdom that is pretty underwhelming. It's from Drifting Sands, which is a pretty average kingdom. It also reminds me, does that actually end up increasing the star level of that kingdom? I'd even double check. I believe that actually does. There we go, and then we Sunbird kill. Let me go double check that real quick. Does that kingdom actually get upgraded from it? I feel like the answer would be yes. If it would ever load. Loading, loading, loading. The weapon is yellow and creates a dust storm? That's funny. I'm not surprised though. I believe there's another weapon from Drifting Sands that does the same. That one brown-yellow weapon. That one sword brown-yellow. I'm pretty sure that creates brown storm as well, except it actually uses brown. Yeah, it creates dust storm as well, which makes sense. It is Drifting Sands after all. It makes sense that it makes a dust storm, kind of. So the coloration seems weird. Let's see. Do we get a kingdom upgrade from this? Yes, we do. Okay, how high does it go? How many troops are there? It gets 9 stars, that should be. Looks like it's 1 troop short of 10 star, unfortunately. And wow, we have 2 troops that we haven't got an upgrade from it yet either. That's unfortunate. So we could throw event keys on it next time we see the event. But, yeah, it should be fine. So we can get 9 star on Drifting Sands as soon as it gets that. So really, it's just going to increase by 1 star then, right? Yeah, that's it. It's just going to increase by 1 star. Because you need 20 troops for 10 star. Which it has 19 currently. Yeah, we'll get another star level, but that's it. The only thing it'll get out of it. Anyways, next order business, not that. Back to... Wait, where were we just farming again? Oh yeah, Urskea. Farming Urskea to get the Urskea hero class maxed. Makes sense. Of course, you don't have to do it here, but might as well. We need the trait stone, so it works out. Some artwork for the troops need a rework. Yeah, there are some of them that look a little bit weird occasionally. More often than not, they look pretty solid. So how's that not dead? Things need to stop getting spell reduction. Starting to make Explore annoying. Even 25% starting to survive against us. Oh yeah, why am I using mouse only? I set up the controller, so we'd actually be able to use controller. I might as well use controller. Let me cast. There we go. The controller shaves off like a few minutes out of every hour, I would say, when doing Explore like this. It adds up. The main thing that's really good for is getting through this in-between screens really quick. And also just making sure you never misclick the cast button. It also clicks it way quicker than you'd ever be able to with mouse. Because normally you would, of course, have to drag it from there to there. Which you can do pretty quick. Like, you can do it like this, if you can actually get the click correctly like that. And it gets it at about the same speed, but it still has way better consistency and speed just doing that instead. It's slightly quicker and you never miss. How do you get 78 HP for that Sunbird? A lot of bonuses, mainly kingdom bonuses. The good majority of that is coming from level 10 all kingdoms, 5-star all kingdoms, 10-star every HP kingdom, and 2 HP from delves. And that's where all that HP is coming from. Oh, and 4 HP from guild. You're likely missing the 5-star kingdoms, some amount of 5-star kingdoms on HP. And you're probably missing all or most of the 10-star HP kingdoms. And maybe some of the delve HP. That's where all the difference is coming from. Also, if it's not already, some of that difference could be coming from the fact it's not mythic yet. As of course that gives extra HP as well. Getting it leveled and getting it to mythic. Not a single key today. We got 1 key within like the first 10 minutes. Haven't gotten one since. We're up to 4 keys so far this vault event. So a bit below average, given that we're in like 7 hours now or so. Yeah, we only have 3 keys, but oh well, better than nothing. We're still getting plenty of other drops. Oh yeah, getting every single kingdom to 5-star is definitely very hard. I think I have like 5 or 6 kingdoms on my Nintendo Switch account that's hit 5-star. And I'm level 600 and something on it. And we still only have like 6 5-star kingdoms. Somewhere around there. It takes several hundred hours to get 5-star all kingdom. However, once you get to that point, you're pretty much in late game. What's a good way to farm those minor trait stones? Minor trait stones? The lowest rarity one? You would normally just do any battles. There isn't really any specific thing that you would do to farm them at a higher rate. If you, I guess if you, I don't know. Because, yeah, I guess you would just spam PvP. Because if you use your gold that you get from PvP on gold keys, you would actually get more trait stones that way. The only other method would possibly be spam challenges. That would technically give you the quickest upfront rate for minor trait stones. However, the issue with that is you're gaining basically no gold. And the reason that's relevant is you can use golds to open the gold keys, and gold keys drop minor trait stones pretty commonly. So I'm not sure what actually comes out to be the absolute best rate. But normally just doing anything in the entire game will just passively keep giving you minor trait stones. You might run out of a certain color occasionally, but if you really have to, just go to a certain kingdom and farm its challenge for a little while. Like the first challenge within the kingdom. Like if you need, let's say, minor red trait stones, just go to Pride Land's first challenge, whichever one looks similarly weak, and just keep spamming a quick battle on there, kind of like this or whatever you want to use, and just keep farming it for a little while. And that would give you all the minor reds you would need. And it wouldn't take that long. I think it's like a 40-50% or something per battle that you would end up getting a red from that kingdom. Because minor reds are the only minor that can even drop there. This is a pure color kingdom. Oh yeah, the minor trait stone storage only really lasts for the first several months that you play the game. Maybe even shorter than that. You do eventually reach the point where you have a gigantic surplus of minor trait stones. The only trait stone you tend to always run out of throughout the entire game is arcanes. About the only trait stone that ever really has a limiting factor on it. The three that run out the most are minors, runics, and arcanes. Celestials and majors you generally get a gigantic excess of, quicker than any of the other trait stones. And the reason why arcanes tend to always be depleted the quickest is, hey, level 99, nice. One more to go. But the reason why arcanes tend to go the quickest is just because of the fact there's so many of them. There's like 20-something different arcanes, more so than any other rarity. Even though they're epic rarity. It's kind of weird, similar to how ingots are. Even though they're epic rarity, they're the rarest trait stone. Even though they do have epic rarity, and they're accumulated at epic rarity rate, they do have the issue of having so many different types that they're technically the highest rarity, which is really weird. Because the specific chance of getting one specific arcane that you need is a higher rarity than a celestial, which is the rarity above. I don't know why they did that for both the epic rarity alternate resources. Even ingots have the same issue. Or, well, not the exact same issue, but it has the same premise that epic is the rarest one, which is kind of weird. And the main thing that made it for ingots, epic being the rarest one, is the fact that legendary and mythic ingots are accumulated at a ridiculously high rate from doing factions. Whereas there's really no direct way to farm epic ingots. It's actually the only ingot in the game that can't directly be farmed, which is kind of weird. Or at least not in a realistic way. Ah, stop giving us 200 glory. That's like our third 200 glory drop. Though we did get a 500 earlier, so we're already above 1,000 glory this hour. Even though we didn't get a 1,000 glory drop. Epic rarity rate, epic rarity rate, epic rarity rate. Why would you need epic ingots anyways? 100% completion. You don't actually... Most of the epic weapons are completely pointless. But there's two reasons why you need it. One is you're eventually going to need it for kingdom upgrades. And the other is you technically need it if you're going for 100% completion. As depending on what you consider 100% completion, upgrading, well, for one, owning every weapon in the game, as well as fully maxing out every weapon in the game, is technically required for that. I'm not even sure what people even consider the absolute true 100% completion of this game. Because depending on how you define it, there's probably like minimum like 10 different definitions of what actual 100% completion is. Speaking of that, I believe we're still around 1,500 legendary ingots from having all legends maxed. And the only other thing we would need is getting all the epic ones maxed. Say unique New York. Unique New York. Unique New York. Unique New York. Oh yeah, legendary ingots tend to be the most useful. That is for sure. Yes, that is correct. Legendary ingots you put into getting +5 Mang, +9 Mountain Crusher, +9 Essence of Evil. Never mind, that's a mythic weapon. Actually, what is the full list of actual viable weapons for it? Let's see. There's Dragon's Eye, Mountain Crusher, Mang +5. Don't get it further than that. Trying to think of other Bronze Lock Pistol +9, or maxed out. I think I'm forgetting a few. Yeah, legendaries do gain probably the biggest benefit initially, because you need it for those really big staple weapons like Mountain Crusher and Mang, stuff like that. The things that you tend to use like every single battle, or every single day, I should say. Not necessarily every single battle, obviously. Any tips to counter Dragon's Eye in PvP? Bless your last slot. Mana drain the Dragon's Eye. Transform the Dragon's Eye before it transforms you. Instant kill the Dragon's Eye. Put something with immune to transform in last slot, which is literally just 6 dooms, one of the 6 dooms. If you put that there, Dragon's Eye can literally do nothing to you. Of course, it'll make it so you have a near useless troop on your team, but it would make Dragon's Eye essentially pointless, since it would have a 0% chance to ever transform you that way. Assuming it doesn't have anything that shuffles your team around. Oh, another glory gnome. If that's 1,000, that is over 2,000 glory this hour. Come on, 1,000. There we go, over 2,000 glory. I think that's 2,100 glory this hour. 2,100, 2,200, somewhere around there. Very nice. What we want to see every hour, if not more. Yeah, 100, what is that? 110 glory keys, right? Yeah. That's definitely a decent amount. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Nintendo Switch still has pre-nerf Dragon's Eye. I did forget about that. Dragon's Eye is super annoying on Nintendo Switch right now. You are correct. Yeah, you don't have Bless as a counter. You don't have Dooms as a counter. Almost everything I just mentioned actually doesn't exist on Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it's still all the way like pre-nerf Dragon's Eye right now. I don't think it even has the very first nerf that they did to it. I'm not even sure. But, yeah, you just have to go mana drain and hope they're not running stealthy. Like, run a Cockatrice against it, run a, you know, anything with a full mana drain that you have laying around. And just try disabling it before it gets to cast. Probably your best bet. And if they're running with Gimlet or something... Oh, never mind, Gimlet doesn't exist on that version. But if we're running with something that's trying to give it quick mana, try running Spirit Fox fully traded on your team, and you could drain the mana generator before it goes off. Like if they're trying to feed it with Siren or something. How many Vault Keys do we have? We're currently sitting on 4. We got 1 at the beginning of the stream. Haven't seen a single one since. And so far, our drops have been Orange Orb, Cedric. So pretty bad drops so far. Hopefully that means Major Purple next. As we keep getting 2 in a row of the exact same ones. Oh yeah, skull baiting is also a pretty good method whenever you're up against things that have really good casting. Because normally the damage that they do from their skulls is pretty trivial relative to what they can do with their abilities. So where's our 1 mana? Wait, does this actually give mana to all allies? I don't think it does. I don't think it gives like 1 to all. No, it doesn't. I know there are some weapons that do. That's not one of them. I think I was thinking of Prismatic Shard. I believe has that on it. You got 6 so far with 3 minor blues. Very nice. Yeah, we definitely need more minor blues, that's for sure. I think we only have like 3 left or so. Because obviously after Zugoff, that tore away almost every last blue we had. And we're almost done with Sentinel, finally. So we can actually start using it for stuff. We haven't been able to for the longest time. Even now that we have it max, we're rarely going to be using it. Titan and Plague Lord are normally going to be better than Sentinel. Sentinel's only really used if you are playing a game mode where it is extremely important that you do not die on your first slot. And you still need to use Hero. Those instances, it's really good for first slot. But more often than not, you end up using Titan or Plague Lord because they're quicker to win with. Sentinel is always slower than them. However, it is way tankier than both of them. Pretty much the tankiest hero class in the game, as well as the tankiest hero class that will probably ever exist in the game. Just because of how many different barrier options it has. I highly doubt they're going to give anything more than that. It's almost not even possible to do. It has barrier at start of battle. It has barrier every brown. And it has barrier every 25% chance to do a random ally per turn, as you saw on our Sunbird right there. And that does count the first turn as well. Wow, another 1,000 glory. We hit 3,000 glory this hour. 3,100, 3,200, whatever that ends up coming out to. Very nice. I think it was 3,100. Well, we might have only gotten 1 Vault Key, but glory sure made up for it. That's for sure. That is a really hefty amount of glory. But yeah, to my understanding, it can vary, obviously. But I believe the average per hour during a Vault event is around 1,500 glory per hour. Just from gnomes, not even counting anything else. Just the gnomes themselves from glory gnomes. Which is pretty insanely good. And of course, this hour was 3,100. I know, Jewel Gnome is so pitiful. I'm pretty sure the only reason they even added Jewel Gnome the way they did was because they accidentally made Glory Gnome so overpowered that they needed a way to nerf it without directly nerfing it. So they added Jewel Gnome as the nerf for Glory Gnome. That's the only explanation I could possibly think of as to why they made Jewel Gnome so ridiculously bad. Because there's a gnome that came in right after Glory Gnome. You've had a ton of glory today. It's actually kind of funny. The normal gnome of Treasure Gnome actually drops more diamonds overall than the Jewel Gnome does. You would kind of expect the Jewel Gnome to at least be best for diamonds. But it's not even good for that because normal gnome does stuff like that. It drops 2 or 5 diamonds. And it has that at a much higher drop rate than the drop rate of the Jewel Gnome dropping 10 or 20. It is so ridiculously rare. I can't even recall if I've even gotten a 20 drop from it. I believe I got a 10 once. But they are so ridiculously rare, the 10 and 20 diamond drop off of Jewel Gnome. Yet the 2 and 5 diamond drop off of normal gnome is pretty common, as you just saw right there. He's got a 5. And yeah, we've gotten like what, 20, 30, 40 diamonds or so, probably more towards 40 diamonds this weekend from normal gnomes. Yeah, I believe we're currently sitting at 0 from jewel gnomes this weekend, which doesn't make any sense at all. You would expect that to at least be the best method to gain diamonds, but nope. Oh, nice, another Volkey. I did say once we got our second Volkey too, I'd hand out a code. So that's our 5th one, 2nd of the day. Let's go use it and hand out a code after. Very nice. Might be able to reach that 10 goal yet. Yeah, we're actually doing pretty good for loot today, actually. Already hit 3,100 glory. 2 Vault Keys already. I wish the Vault Keys would actually drop something good, though. Still haven't gotten a single Vault Key all weekend that has been a good drop. If this will ever load. It gives a good border break. Let's grab our tributes. Come on, 20. Can I get 20? How many is that? Only a set, or only 8. Let's see. Anything below 10 is kind of low this late in the game. But anyways, what was I looking for? I was about to look for Vault Key, then code. Go do that. Yeah, if we keep up with our theme, we keep getting 2 of the exact same drops over and over again. Hopefully we get a really good drop here, followed by the exact same drop again. Come on, major purple, or major blue, or small purple, or anything of value. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't need more diamonds. We were just talking about diamonds too. But yeah, we don't really need that. For that reason. Wait, for that reason, we do not need more diamonds. We have plenty. We almost have enough to craft 40. Oh, I almost said 44. We almost have enough to craft 14. No. Sorry, my bad. We almost have enough to craft 11 mythics. We are currently at 10. Almost at 11. Almost at 44. That'd be insane. We would craft every mythic in the game almost twice if we had 44. Enough to do 44. No, we have enough to almost do 11. Anyways, what am I looking for? I'm looking for Urskea. Go and max out this hero class in the hero class that it came from. Oh yeah, there's some really bad drops on Cedric. He has a 2,500 soul drop, which is pointless. Soul gnome drops more than that. He has those common drops, which past the first copy are completely pointless. I guess the 60,000 gold drop can sometimes be considered bad. It's not like one of his absolute worst, but it's pretty far down there. And of course, minor green is pretty bad. Even major green could be considered pretty bad. This late in the game, small orange is pretty bad. Oh yeah, let me go hand out the code. My bad, let me go do that. Let me do that right after this battle. All of the squirrels. Yeah, let me go do that real quick. My bad. Let's see. Let me just go refresh chat real quick. For whatever reason, my stream had an error. At least the visual side of it. Let's see. We'll click and edit on there. Grab that. Mark it down so we know we used it. Copy. Paste this over here. That right in there. Boom, boom. Fresh. And let's grab the code. Did it refresh now? YouTube? There we go. And let's just put that in. There you guys go. There's redeem code. Used on gemsofwar.com. Underneath the game code section. Your invite code is found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters. I choose some random letters. Give same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold, and usable on every platform except the console versions. Also, we got a task to go open some glory keys. Nothing good. So we got 3 gems out of it. It's not really that worth it. Unfortunately, there's no open 10 button. When you have over 50, there's no open 10 button. Actually, I believe it's when you have over 200, actually. There's no open 10 button. Which is unfortunate. Takes too long to do them one at a time. But anyways, let's go back to the grind. How close are we? We should be right on top of it. Might as well check while we're already at it. Sentinel, customize, check. What do I want? Yep, 60 more battles. And then we'll have Sentinel maxed, and then we go head over to doing Warden next. Pretty useless hero class, but I do want to get it done while we still use this with Forest Guardian. Because starting in 2 weeks, we will no longer be using this team ever again with Forest Guardian. Because the Elemental Legend from the new faction is going to be the new best in slot for this team. There's no point in using Forest Guardian anymore in 2 more weeks. So gotta try getting that grind down now. Ideally, I want to have Warden max before then. I'm not sure if we'll have it all the way max, but at least want to make some decent progress on it, if nothing else. Oh yeah, trying to do Crypt is purely luck-based. Trying to do the final battle of Crypt with Pure Faction. It might be the easiest faction to get 2,500 on, but it's still 100% luck-based. More so than any other faction. However, when you do get lucky, you finally just get a super easy, the easiest faction in the game to get to 500. Yeah, Lady Moran is weird because it has like a 20 to 30% or so instant kill rate. And you need that to trigger basically 12 times in a row before you lose your entire team. 60 XP. All we have to do is simply just go and... did this stream just go down? Stream? 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 Come back. Wait, is it down? Looks like it's down on my side. Come back, stream. Come back? Hello? Is this still down? It seems to still be down. Wait, some people say it's not down. It's still showing it's down on my end. Even on my end, it shows it's down. Okay, yeah, now it's went down. Rip. Is it back up now? I'm constantly refreshing it. Trying to get it to come back up. Let's see. It still shows it's down. My end. Let me see. Stream, why you gotta do this to us? Let's see. Okay, now we're back up. Stream resumed. Okay. Well then, I have no clue why I just went out for like a minute. Anyways, what were we talking about? Okay, now it should be working. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. But we're back. Can hear but frozen video? You sure? Try clicking refresh again if the video's frozen. Seems like both are working now on my end. As far as the preview thingy. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yeah, I was answering someone's question. I forgot what the question is at this point, though. If you want to re-ask it, feel free. Or if anyone else has any questions, let me know. Okay, let's grab that for now. Kill a sunbird and we go from there. You have the same invite code for your current account and an account you forgot about? Are you sure? I don't think it's possible to have the exact same invite code on the same platform for two different things. Well, what platform are you on? Because it does only work on PC mobile. It's going to your other account, which is level 1. Well, if they do have the exact same invite code somehow, though I don't think that's actually possible, but if that did somehow happen, contact support and they could probably change your invite code on your main account or on the other one, whichever one you want it to not be on. I've never heard of any instance where two accounts have the exact same one, though. But it might have glitched out and forgot to check. Yeah, just contact support and they could fix that for you and change it to something else, most likely. If you tell them what the issue is with it. Do we save event keys for the new mythic? You can never use event keys on mythics. Well, not on new mythics. There's a 0% chance you'll find a new mythic in the event key drop table. You'll only find the Doomclaw. You will not find a new mythic in there on the week that it comes out. It's only in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests. Not in event chest and it's not in gold chest. You can still get a mythic from the event chest, but it's going to be Doomclaw that week. It's not going to be the new mythic. Only Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest would be the new mythic starting next Friday for the week. And it is a pretty decent one. It's basically Infernus version 2.0, except with skull reduction and stun and a slightly weirder ability. Infernus overall, I would say, is a better damage source still. But, I don't know, the mythic still has potential. Also, the mythic and Infernus get quite a bit of a buff once that half-mana start troop comes into the game. 2 weeks from now. Yeah, time to save then. Yeah, pretty much. Save all the glory keys and gem keys. As well as any guild seals, of course. All three of those keys tend to be saved for whenever a new mythic comes out, more often than not. Especially once you start getting into late game. Also, thank you, Samantha, for your subscribe. Much appreciated. Also, in the next 15 minutes or so, we should finally have this hero class maxed. And we can finally start moving to a different one, being Warden. So I do want to check how many more hero classes we still have left at that point. As soon as we get this one maxed. I think we have 8 left, if I'm not mistaken. Which means we're getting there. That probably means we have about 200 to 250 hours of hero grinding until 100% completion on all of them. Which you do need to do eventually, as it is required for kingdom upgrades eventually. Quite a few of them are a while away from that point, though, of course. But I believe 18 or 19 star kingdom requires level 100 hero class. How do you figure out how many battles you need to do to level hero class? Oh yeah, that's what we were explaining, I believe, when the dream ended up cutting out. Well, every single level requires 1 more EXP than the level that you're getting to. The level 20 requires 21 EXP, level 30 requires 31 EXP, so on and so forth. But as far as battles, you just basically need to know if it gives 1 EXP or 2 EXP. Quicker battles like these tend to give 1, and longer battles, things like PvP, arena, or actually, never mind, arena doesn't give it anymore, but PvP, delve, stuff like that tend to give 2 EXP per battle, and then you just calculate it from there. So since we're just getting 1 EXP per battle, it's pretty straightforward how much EXP we end up needing, or how many battles we end up needing, since every single battle is the equivalent of 1 EXP. So however much EXP we need is how many battles we need. And each hero class requires 5,050 EXP total to get it from 0 to 100. And the halfway point is 70, which then requires 2,525 EXP to get it max, which means you would have to do 2,525 explore battles or 1,276 PvP battles or other similar battles like delves and stuff with it. Hello, Zeddicus, welcome. Oh, speaking about too many hours, our Steam account almost says over 9,000 hours played. It's gonna be a funny moment, but it's getting close. Let's see. We have played way more than that overall, but let's see. How's this account doing? That's not what I wanted. I want my profile. We are currently at 8,988 hours played, which means by tomorrow night, we could potentially be at over 9,000. I might need to be the title of tomorrow night's stream. But, yeah, we're almost over 9,000 hours. That's funny. Getting there. And then we'll hit 5 digits as the next goal. Not like that's really a goal. It's just something that naturally happens over time. That number increasing. Though it wouldn't be the first game I have over 10,000 hours in. Actually, technically, I already have over 10,000 hours in if you count all the accounts we've ever done. Oh, JZG, what was your question? Why is chat not letting me scroll? Let me click refresh. Hopefully that'll allow me to scroll. I hate not being able to scroll. Let's see. Until YouTube refreshes. Okay, now we can scroll. Let's see. Where is chat? There it is. Let's see. Cancel that thingy thing. This down. Okay, where's your question, JZG? Wait, where is your question? Oh, how many hours have you streamed on YouTube so far? That is actually a good question. That would be really hard to calculate. I think we would just have to average it out. Let's see. We've been doing it since July of 3 years ago. And on average, I'd probably say between everything, I want to say it's an average of 15 hours a week, though it might be a little bit higher. Lately, lately it's been a little bit lower as far as the overall per week. Like we normally do the 3 hour, and then the 1 hour per day or so. Sometimes it's a little bit longer than that. But I don't know, even now it still averages to like 13 to 15. But I don't know, it might actually be a little bit higher than an average of 15. But let's just say it's an average of 15 hours per week, which is 60 hours per month. So how many months is that? That's 3 less months than that many years. So it's 33 months then, because it's 3 less months than 3 years. So that's 33 times 60. Whatever 33 times 60 is approximately how long we've streamed. So that's a low ball estimate. Probably higher than that. It's 1,980 hours, which means over 2,000 hours most likely. Slightly over 2,000. Getting the exact number would be so ridiculously hard to figure out though. But it's probably a little over 2,000 hours. Which means we've streamed for around, what is that then? Well, since this year hasn't been completed yet, that's over 700 hours per year then of streaming. What do we take there? Take that. For Sunbird down. Is there that statistic in the YouTube video thing? No. It does have somewhat similar statistics to that. However, there is nothing underneath the statistics that would ever keep track of my total amount of stream time. Yeah, I know. We've been going a little dry on gnomes all of a sudden. Ever since the disconnect and us chatting a little bit, gnomes have kind of just disappeared. Someone claimed the code for you today? I guess so. I didn't. I only ever claim it for myself. Normally. Let's take that down. And normally the only reason I even take it is mainly to make sure that it actually functions. More often than not. Hey, why do I keep using not controller? The whole point of unplugging it and plugging it into the computer is to actually use it. So we can do stuff like that. How many Volkies do we have so far? 5. 2 today, 3 yesterday. 5 total. Actually, the exact amount that you can buy is how many we currently have gotten so far. Total of 5. A lot more fun to actually obtain them, though. Yeah, you have to be careful with Mountain Crusher and Brown Guild War Day. I'm not even sure what I run on my other accounts Brown Guild War Day. I believe I do run Mountain Crusher, but I run it with Skull Spam. I think I run it with some kind of weird Glaceon team or something, with Cockatrice and everything. What's the best way to spend glory? Best way to spend glory is on the glory troops that come out every single week, as well as, well, there's several things that you tend to use glory for. Let's backtrack a little bit. But you basically just use it for keys and the packs that come out each week. But the main things you throw glory on is there's normally a Spoils of War thing here. They can buy up to 10 each day. I mean, each week. That's normally worth going for. And it's one of your main ways of accumulating event keys over time. So going for that 10 each week is decent. You always want to make sure, at least once you get later into the game, you can pretty much ignore that in early game for the most part. But the one thing that you always want to make sure you go for is at least one copy of the event troop. And the later you get into the game, the more you'd want to upgrade it. You'd want to normally get it upgraded to Mythic more often than not, which we already have done. But normally all you have to do is just click this and it brings it up by rarity each time. Right now it's just bringing it to max because we already did that earlier. But normally that would bring it from ultra rare to epic, and then you click it again to get to legend and into mythic, and then you just buy it out and do it something like that. The other main thing to spend glory on is just spending on keys themselves. I would personally say that overall this would be one of the better values for your glory, though you do want to make sure you at minimum get whatever the event troop is every single week. But I do that on my other account right now. I spend enough glory just to get one copy of the glory troop, and then the rest of my glory goes into thousands, or buying 50 glory keys at once, 1,000 each, and just keep doing that over and over again. And the only other thing I occasionally use my glory on that new account is Spoils of War ever so occasionally. And the only time I ever do that is something ridiculously good is in the event key drop table. Then it's worth going for those. So there is currently a 10 cap on it per week on every platform except Nintendo Switch. Yeah, JZG changed his profile icon. I'm not sure if I'll be changing any of the art on this channel. Some of it's from a while back, but I don't know. Doesn't really need much changing. Not sure what I'd really change it to. Not to mention that would cost money. That could be put to other things. Not that much money, though. If I wanted to redo, like, absolutely all the art and everything on this channel, it probably can get as cheap as about $100 or less. Still not really needed, though. Actually, most of the interface I have set up for everything right now I've made myself. Some of the assets I didn't. But most of the layout for everything I did. Like with the banner thingy above the, like whenever you go to like the main YouTube page and stuff. Like those 3 art assets in there I didn't, but everything else I did. And of course not the background, because the background is just Dragon's Claw background, but every other aspect. Also, I ended up making that logo thingy a while back in, actually like soon after high school, I think I ended up making that. I just made it real quick in Illustrator, and it's like, hey, that looks kind of cool. Let's just roll with that. At the time, I wasn't even using it for like the channel or anything. I just created it and had it. And then I was like, might as well just use this as the channel's logo. Actually, you can probably see in the bottom right of the screen right now. I believe it has that like little watermark thingy over top the stream. All the way in the corner. What's your role of Gems of War? I have basically no influence whatsoever on the game. Like, if I mention something to them, they'll probably take my word, slightly heavier than some other people, though similar to many people in the beta, they'd probably also take it a little bit heavier. But, so like, compared to the average person, I probably have slightly more influence. But, no, I don't have any direct role in the game whatsoever. I do help them beta test occasionally, though. But I have no real direct influence on it, other than maybe during the beta testing and just maybe mentioning stuff to them occasionally. So the rate at which they actually do anything I might mention is a very, 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 very low rate. Did the stream just die again? It did for like 1 second. Or you could just do it yourself, like when you start up YouTube. I can do it for most things. I just can't draw. So anything that would require something more towards that end, I normally can't do. I do want to start learning, though. Who knows? Maybe might start having streams where we start learning to draw now. That'd be really bad. How ridiculously bad every single thing would look. I don't know, I might pick up a drawing tablet soon. Like, I have programs to do it. Like, I have Illustrator, I have Photoshop already. I still have these things from, like, high school. So, I don't know, I have most of the software for it. Just don't really have much of the hardware for it. But drawing tablets aren't normally too bad. Like the normal, like mid-range basic ones normally run like what, 50 bucks or something, up to about 100. There are some like really good ones that are like thousands, but obviously I don't need anything like that. Oh yeah, I've always been pretty bad at drawing. It's something I was always wanted to learn though. That and writing better. Though I have been getting around to writing a bit more recently. But I haven't been really drawing more at all. The main reason is I hate creating so much paper waste. That's one of my biggest things against it. That and I don't have much of a visual eye at all. Hey, we did it! We did it! Sentinel level. Actually, I want to screenshot that. Urskea hero class being maxed in. Urskea. I don't know why I wanted a screenshot of that, but there we go. Finally got it maxed. You can draw cats, stick figures, and smiley faces. Interesting combination. Let's see. Give it the whole thing that we got this for. Actually, there's two things that we can now do. We can now use this with Urska teams to get one attack per turn to all allies, or to all Urska allies, which of course, if we're using a pure Urska team, is all allies, because this hero class counts as Urska. Though more often than not, you're just going to be using it for its immunity, since it's already going to be used as a tank in most situations anyways. For immune to stun, poison, disease, death mark, and devour. And there we go. So now they can't devour away our barrier anymore. They can't, they can't stun away our barrier anymore. We can't get devoured, can't get death marked. So yeah, now it's plenty more tanky. And now it's the tankiest hero class we now own. And we'll start using that occasionally for that purpose. However, that's not what we're doing now. Let's go switch over to Warden. And, switch over to Warden. And let's go get this to, I guess, level 70. Can we get that all in this stream? Probably not, actually. We could probably get it to like 65, 66 right now. But, well, let's go do that. Go get it leveled. Let's see. Do we need more Grimwood's trait stone? Let me go check. How many are we currently at on my Grimwoods? Might as well keep the tradition. Yeah, we kind of need it. Might as well. Let's go to... let's go to my Grimwoods to farm its trait stone. Okay, so now we get a bonus now. We now have... oh, Beast doesn't have a pet? That's unfortunate. We only get 2 HP. That would have been 6 HP if we had a maxed out pet for it. But no pet exists. They even realized we didn't have a beast pet. But yeah, we get 1 extra attack from 2 more Grimwoods, which is Hero and Forest Guardian. So that's basically pointless. And we get 1 attack and 2 HP from having 3 beasts, Sunbird, Hero, and Forest Guardian. So not the same as having the elemental thing, but still we have 2 more damage than we normally would. So it's slightly better. We also have half mana start now. So we could try Leprechaun now as well, since we have half mana start and can actually get the mana for it. Though we can still quick kill with that, so I don't know if we really need to or not. What's a good use for Warden class? Nothing. It's one of the worst hero classes in the game. It's only really used for 4 times beast teams, and that's about it. You pretty much never use Warden. One of the worst hero classes in the game. However, we still need to go get it leveled. That reminds me, how many more hero classes do we have left? That's something else I wanted to go check, but didn't there. Wanted to see after we got Sentinel how many more we still have to get to 100. So, hero classes that aren't at 100 yet. We have 1, 2... So many already there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 hero classes left. That is nice. And it looks like, as far as from an EXP perspective, looks like most of them are about 3/4. So let's just say 4,000 EXP each. So that's what, 4 times 7, that's 28,000. And what's 28,000 divided by 180? That's approximately, I would say, how much more time we need. So 28,000 divided by 180. That comes out to 155.5 hours. That sounds about right. Yeah, about 150 slightly more hours or so. And we could have every single hero class in the entire game maxed. That will take forever, though. Because, yeah, we're obviously not going to do that all at once. But yeah, we technically only have about 155 hours left or so. 150, about 150 to 200, somewhere in that range, in order to max out every hero class in the game. And that's not counting new hero classes coming in. Actually, when is next new hero class? Isn't it 2 weeks from now? Next new hero class is on the date of... Oh, never mind. It's next week. Oh, okay. Well, that amount of time is about to increase. Okay, we got a new hero class, and that will add 28 hours to the grind. We're actually a little bit less than that because we'll be gemming some of it. Not sure how much we'll be gemming, but we are going to be gemming some amount of it. I want to get at minimum all rewards. Might go a little bit further on it. Also, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first class event that we have potions on. So we don't even know where the emoji pack and everything will fall. If it even has any, who knows? Maybe they just won't even do one for a class. I mean, for a new class. Where do you check for upcoming update? There's a link in the description. It's Terran's World. It's basically a gigantic spoiler thread for the entire game on this website right here. There's the link to it. But that website right there has a lot of spoilers. There's also some on the forum, but that's probably one of the biggest database compilations of it. And that's normally what I'm checking if I'm ever mentioning anything spoiler related. For like what's upcoming. Oh, wait, never mind. Did we have potions for Plague Lord? My bad. Wait, did we? Oh yeah, I guess we did. Never mind. Why do I feel like it didn't have it? Oh no, it did. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. Guess it's so far back now that I just forgot. There we go. Oh, you got all classes level 100 2 weeks ago. Very nice. Yeah, it's something I've been chipping at slowly over time. But as Kingdom Stars keep getting higher, it does become more and more needed to actually get done. Actually, let me go check something real quick. Do I still have the thing set up for it? Let me see. Probably not. Let me see if I could find it. That's not it. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. When do we need level 100? Oh, never mind. You don't need level 100 until, we got a while till we need level 100. You don't need 70 until 18. Well, you don't need 60 till 17. 70 at 18. 80 at 19. And 100 you don't even need until all the way at 20. And we're not getting a level 20 kingdom till, like, probably midway through next year. So we still got a while on that. Oh, yeah, you guys can't see. But there we go. Oops, wrong one. There we go. But, yeah, never mind. We still got a while. I thought that was a little bit earlier, like 18 or something. But no, you don't actually need till 20. But still, you do need those higher levels eventually. Yeah, unfortunately, that website doesn't have anything for Switch, and I don't think it is going to be getting anything for Switch. However, everything on all the information on that platform is applicable to every version other than the Nintendo Switch version. Also, we just gained a level, 63. As I mentioned, we should be able to get to like 65, 66 right now. Probably more towards 66. And then I would have actually gotten the goal completed. Because I said earlier that my goal for this weekend was level 100 Sentinel and level 70 Warden. Of course, we still want to get Warden to max, but one step at a time. Alright, let's go test this with Leprechaun now. Just to see how it goes. Okay, edits. Because now we have half mana start, so it's actually applicable to actually run it now. And this does not count as a beast, so neither of them did. So it's perfectly fine if we do this replacement as well in that regard. Go do that, throw that down, dead. But now this should consistently get us full mana for both our two front slots. The biggest issue with before is not having half mana start on your second slot would make it so your hero wouldn't gain full mana. Now it does. We just do that, and then wipe. Well, normally that would wipe if you didn't have 75% reduction. How does nothing have full mana there? So hello, Steve, if I didn't already say hi. What kind of tasks will we need for post 20 stars? Probably some kind of new mechanic they'll add to the game. Probably having the faction associated to the kingdom at level 2,500 renown or something like that. Probably owning 2 mythics, which will be happening to every faction, or to every kingdom eventually, and stuff like that. Probably requiring, obviously, more troops being upgraded, obviously. More weapons being upgraded. More pets being upgraded if they keep adding pets. But maybe not yet, because there's still not even, like, 3 pets for most kingdoms yet. Some still only have 1. Yeah, Tina is one of the most annoying Explorer troops. It's Tina and Undyne are the 2 most annoying troops to ever find and explore. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like we're getting an extra almost 100 gold per battle now from using Leprechaun, which is kind of funny. Guess that starts adding up. The battle goes so quick as well. Actually, it's not 100. It's more like 60 extra gold per battle. Still, it adds up, though. The biggest issue is this doesn't have that firebomb poke, so the instances like those, it goes slower. Where a firebomb's amount of damage would have been enough to clear, but it isn't without it sometimes. I don't know. I think firebomb's still the way to go. Like, it gets quicker kills, but it still has, like, the same kind of Elspeth problem. Not as bad as Elspeth, but it still has those slow battles because of the lack of damage. But it is really consistent at getting that full mana Sunbird, that's for sure. I don't even think it would be possible unless we get, like, a ridiculously awful starting board for it to even not get full mana as that. But it pretty much should every single time. Same as our weapon. Oh, apparently we had a task to do 3 beasts or something. He's got 6 gems for it. Oh, maybe it was use 3 greens or something. Oh, 6 free gems for doing nothing. It's the best kind of daily tasks, or daily tasks that you have to do literally nothing to get free resources that are gem related. Always the most perfect tasks to ever get. One, the better one being doing 75 battles. I think it gives, isn't it 30 gems? 30 gems for basically doing something you would already do pretty much every single day. Yeah, they might even have one where you need to get like a certain horde level. They would never make it so you need 1,000, but they could make one of the objectives something like you need to get level 200 or 250 within a faction horde or something like that. Because every single kingdom will eventually have a faction associated to it. It's only a matter of time. Of course, that's going to take like another 2 years, but it's only a matter of time. Ugh. That should be enough damage. Yes, it is. It didn't look like it was because 4 troops were still alive, but apparently it is. Oh, so that reminds me, is there any way I could re-perk this thing so it does more damage? I could level check that. I forgot about that. Doesn't it give Beast a bunch of life? Yes, it does. That's actually relevant because it gives Sunbird 2 extra damage. Let me see. So technically, we're getting 4 extra damage on it. That's not what I want. What I want is, let's see if we can change this to anything good. It's actually helpful. Let's see. Does reviving back count as summon? Probably not. All of those are useless because I believe it's an artifact. I mean jewelry, not an artifact. Let's see. Gain 5 every turn. We don't need a Tangle first. Might as well gain that free gold. Leaf Storm, that's perfectly fine. Actually, no, it's just gonna get overwritten. Then give both of those other 2 options are pointless, and that would actually be counterproductive because it could overwrite our Sunbird. And yeah, none of these really help us much, do they? And the one that we get next would also not really help us. I guess we'd go Dispel, but even that's not really going to do anything. Yeah, most of these aren't really going to do... Why does it have no trees that give anything to Beast? Not a single one of these has a Beast bonus. Look at that. Not a single one has something associated with Beasts. Every single one of these perks do not have anything to do with it. Yeah, oh well. Yeah, 21 potential perks, not a single one being helpful. Okay, that would explain why I didn't remember it then. I could have sworn that it didn't have it. That makes sense then. Because it only came out like a couple weeks ago. Also, I don't believe we had it for raids yet either, though it should probably be the exact same way that Invasions is. And after we get it for raids, I believe we've had potions for at least once of every event at that point. Okay, we'll grab that, get an explosion down, go from there. Get Sunbird going. Get our kill there. He's gonna revive and do his thing. Load him and kill him off of that. Also, seriously, what happened to all the gnomes? They like disappeared the last like half an hour. Barely seen any. Yeah, how are your guys' luck going so far? We're currently, there's no. But we're currently at 5 vault keys. Hopefully I jinx that and we get a 6 right now. Come on, 6. End your turn already. Vault key, go. Hey, 6. Oh, there we go. I jinxed it positively. Okay, let's see if we'll keep up the double trend. We got double orange, then double Cedric, and then we got 50 diamonds. That would kind of be pretty unfortunate if we get another 50 diamonds, though that would also be pretty funny. Yeah, I went 2 orange, 2 Cedric, and then 50 gems, or 50 diamonds, I mean. But yeah, now we're at 3 yesterday, 3 today so far. Hey, we might be able to reach that 10 goal yet. It'll ever load. Okay. Where was I? Using vault key. Oh, whoops. Oh, actually, never mind. This team's perfectly fine with Leprechaun. As long as we don't accidentally cast Key with a bunch of mana. Shouldn't happen. And let's match. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, that's not horrible. It's not 250 gems, but I'll take it. 100 gems. Or technically 110 gems. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen 4 gem drops before. Which this isn't, obviously. But it came close. We got 3 gem drops. But, yeah, 110 gems. I'll take it. And that will be using for, Tuesday. Tuesday event, we normally throw like 90 these days because we've been, doing the first 2 potion thingies. But, yeah, basically pays for Tuesday's event then for free. There we go. Anyways, back to McGrim Woods. Two codes for 6 keys? No, we're not going to have any more codes this stream. We'll have another one later tonight, though. And then for tomorrow night stream. Wait, why do I keep not using controller? I don't know why, but I keep not using controllers this entire stream. That's not going to be enough to kill. That will be, though. I'll take the brown over, grab our leprechaun. Go down to Sunbird. Oh no, I kind of prefer Firebomb. Because we still get those weird battles where we don't have enough damage. Well, that does still happen with Firebomb as well. It doesn't happen nearly as often. So I think that was like the first board ever where we didn't end up getting Sunbird to full mana. Luckily it cascaded to an extra turn, so it didn't really matter. Oh, so we almost got a level, and another useless pet. We keep getting pets we already have repeats of. I still need to upgrade half the pets in the game. Feels like every single time pet drop is just a repeat of what we already have maxed. I still need one more snake too, by the way. We still haven't gotten Mr. Scales upgraded to 14 stars. Because we're still stuck at 12 stars because we need one snake. Haven't gotten a single snake since. Yay, an arcane, nice. Don't need more of those. Got a leprechaun in play. I mean, not a leprechaun, a glory gnome. I mean, not a glory gnome. Wow, we'll get it right eventually. A treasure gnome. And it was sunbird in that. But never mind, we don't even need to follow up. Nice. Makes sense. Half the team was common. 3 of the 4. Oddly enough with that one beast counter as well, which is kind of funny. Given that we're using a bunch of beasts. Though this is the kingdom that she resides in, so it kind of makes sense that she would appear. But I highly doubt she's ever really going to get a cast off on us. That would hurt a little bit. It would hit probably in the 60s or 70s or something. Even a little bit higher. Wouldn't actually kill anything though. Okay, then we just sunbird into the split there. There we go. Hey, another 5 gems. Oh, keep getting them ever so slowly over time. Every little bit counts. Got 52 diamonds from a vault. Nice. Yeah, I personally never need diamonds, so I tend to see them as a bit of a smaller drop. If you are still in the point where you need diamonds, yeah, getting a 50 diamond drop's not too bad. It's basically like 2 days worth of diamonds or so. Yeah, I'm actually curious if they'll ever add another thing that actually uses diamonds. We currently have enough to, basically, like I mentioned earlier, basically 11 mythics. We are pretty much at the point where we could just craft 11 mythics if we needed to. Not like we really need to, but hey, we could if we can. I mean, we could if we needed to. Oh yeah, diamonds will definitely be helpful if you still need that many mythics, that is for sure. Yeah, initially you just use them on all the better ones, and then you just start using them for all the ones that need kingdom upgrades. Or, you know, anything that can be 10-starred. You normally want to focus on some of the better 10 stars, like Ketris, Possessed King, stuff like that. Groups that are, mythics that are decent while also being a star kingdom. Another arcane. We're already pretty good on green-blue, but we'll still stay here for now. Guess we're keeping that a theme today. You farm wherever the hero class resides from. Of course, there's really no benefit to doing that, but it works out because in both times we need the trait stone. We don't have any way to get mana there. Oh, yes we do. We had purple sitting there. Fail. Whoops. Whoops. And then we kill. Okay, I think I'm going to switch back to Firebomb. I much prefer Firebomb. Even if this is somehow quicker. I don't think it is. It's probably about the same speed. But even if it is, And even if that little bit of gold, even if they're the same speed and that little bit of gold is just extra loot, I prefer Firebomb Team so much more compared to this. It is a decent version of it though, but I much prefer Firebomb there. So back in you go. See how good the next mythic is? It's basically a stun version of Infernus. It's pretty much that troop in a nutshell. It's Infernus, but it stuns. He's slightly different than that, but that's basically that's the easiest way to explain that mythic. Infernus, but with stun. Their ability's nearly the same, or really, really similar. And they have a similar trait setup, just with stun and a few other things instead of burn. I'm actually curious if they're going to add another 4 that are like that. Because the way they did it, it almost seems like they're going to add one for every color. With Infernus being the red version of it, with the new one that's coming out being the brown version. And they might end up doing 4 other ones, it seems like. Because they are really similar in concept. Like, ridiculously similar. How much recommended to get it? Oh, definitely get it. It's going to be one of the best utility mythics in the game. Because it's going to be the best stunner in the game. It's also going to get quite a bit of a buff 2 weeks after release, because it's going to get, soon after it releases, next faction on 17th brings 50% mana start to elementals. And that troop is an elemental. Infernus is an elemental. And, yeah, you can just use one other thing with it. Like your hero. Infernus that drains mana would be fun. Who knows? Maybe they'll do it for purple. I don't think they would do something like that, though. Let's start getting into very strong categories. So that one would probably death mark all enemies on 4 times if they were to do that. Because the red one burns, which is Infernus. The brown one's stunned, which is brown. Yellow would probably barrier all allies or bless all allies. Green would probably also do similar. Probably bless all allies or barrier all allies. Something supportive related. Maybe even enchant all allies. Actually, that one probably sounds like the most likely for something like green. Blue version would probably submerge all allies. Not sure what else they would do other than that for blue. And what color did I miss? The only other color left then would be... what color did I not just mention? What color didn't I mention? Green? Yellow? Brown, red already covered. Oh, purple. Purple would be Death Mark. Yeah, it would be interesting to see if they actually did that for 6 versions of Infernus. All 6 of them would be pretty solid. They actually did do that. Drain Splash. That would be so ridiculously strong. It might as well just be a 4 times Drain at that point. If it's going to bother having Drain Splash. Hello, Rustblown. Welcome. How many keys do we have so far? 6. 3 yesterday, 3 today. 6 is our current total. Still trying to get the goal of 10 ideally. And we got Sentinel to level 100 finally. Currently working on getting Warden upgraded. Probably going to go till 66 for this stream. And call it a stream for now. So still another 2 levels. Still got about an hour then. Probably a little bit less than an hour. Oh yeah, green could entangle all enemies on every extra turn. Like Sylvania Mora, except better. I feel like they would give that to something that isn't a Infernus-like troop, though. I'm even surprised they gave stun to an Infernus-like troop. Also, did we really just get a 4x purple in Grim Woods? Okay, never mind. No, we didn't. But it was supposed to be, but the gnome ruined it. Volky? No, double miner. Or triple miner, I should say, because we got a normal miner as our normal trait stone. Oh, I was hoping that would actually kill one of them directly. And we have a weird combination where he's not dead yet. Overkilled it with a firebomb. Also, has audio been fine? Has it been a little bit too loud? Normal? I adjusted it slightly compared to previous stream. Probably didn't make too big a difference though. Is it worth farming single color arcanes, or better to just use Orbs of Wisdom for Guardians and Guild War Guardians? It's fine to get them, but it's also fine to just orb their second and third trait, similar to how you would do it on Legends and Mythics. I don't know, it just really depends if you want to farm them or not. Also depends on how many trait stones you have, like, or I mean, you know, how many orbs you have, I mean. Like, if you're very low on orbs, then you probably want to grind them out manually. Because there's not really much that the pure colors are used for other than upgrading those troops, and you're going to have a ridiculous excess of them. But no, I'd probably say just wait and farm them, and just use them for Legends and Mythics instead, most likely. Oh, he's going to survive, isn't he? Yeah, Tina. Tina's so annoying. It might not be the best of options for a lot of things, but it is pretty much meta for trolling in Explorer. Because every single time it prevents us from actually getting the battle. I don't think there's been a single time we were able to one-shot the entire team when Athena was on it. I guess technically we could stun it, but there's no viable way to do that quickly. Even if we had that mythic, it just wouldn't fit on any of these teams. Yeah, there we go, a gem key. Not the same as a vault key, but good enough. At least it's not a useless drop. Gonna need those for the next new mythic coming out this Friday. How many gem keys we at? I think we're at like what, 1,300, 1,400? About 1,000 or so should be able to get that mythic. We gotta double check though. It's definitely over 1,000. I forget the exact number though. I believe it's above 1,000, below 1,500. Like 1,003 something or 1,004 something. Like high 1,300 to low 1,400s. We'll ever load. Loading, loading, loading. I think we have over 100,000 keys. So that's a little bit misleading because like 3/4 of those is gold keys. I have 1,300. How do you know? I don't know. I just want to check real quick. I'll be paranoid about it if I don't. Also, I'm just waiting on the loading screen. I know it doesn't look like it's loading, but it is indeed loading right now. What's the order of using keys when aiming for new mythic? Normally it's gem keys, glory keys, or actually, I guess guild keys, gem keys, then glory keys. The main reason I still save my seals is in case they ever rework that drop table. Though at this point, they mentioned that almost 2 years ago, and I don't think they're going to be reworking it at this point. But, another thing that they mentioned that they never did. But, oh no, I still hold out just in case. But I don't know. It really just depends on preference, I guess. But I would probably say guild keys because you'd want to eventually get all those guardians maxed out. Gem keys. Okay, yeah, we are at 1,342. And then glory keys in that order. Guild, gem, glory, and then if you have VIP chests unlocked, if you somehow haven't gotten it by then you can try going into VIP chests. But that's the order for keys when you're doing them for new mythic. Normally I go just all in on gem keys though and just do it that way. I still accumulate these just in case they might ever redo the drop table. I highly doubt they are at this point, but you never know. And just in case. Also, the other reason why I do gem keys is guild seals do not have a... they do not drop ingots. Whereas gem keys do drop ingots. And since I still need, obviously, ingots, particularly epic ingots, I just do all my gem keys instead. But normally, the reason why guild keys are actually better in that regard is once you have all the guardians, it actually drops more troops than what gem keys do, to a slight degree, because ingots are taking up a small amount of this drop table from gem keys. Anyways, well, let's continue to grind. Need to get this to at least level 66, if not higher. Add that to the list of what Surian said, I know, right? Actually, that sounds like something fun I should do sometime soon. Try to see if I can actually get in contact with him. I've never actually talked to him directly. Like, you know, like both of us chatting to each other. I'll throw that down. Grab a... let's like yellow to purple. And we Sunbird kill it. And you know what I mean by... when I say chatting, I mean like actually chatting. Like there's been instances where I was chatting and he was typing. And he was chatting and I was typing. Or both of us just typing to each other. But never has it been, like, you know, both of us chatting to each other. Having a conversation about the game or something. Oh yeah, I could probably ask Salty to get it set up eventually. Add that as his perk on Patreon. Yeah, he does make up a good majority of the support. I think like 3/4 of my Patreon is actually all from him. And the rest of them are just from a few small donors here and there. And I was considering doing the YouTube thing, but then I realized how big of a cut they take, and it was like, nope, never mind. YouTube takes 25% more than Patreon does, which seems kind of pointless. Even if more people end up doing it through YouTube, I would feel bad that they're basically wasting their money because it's basically just going to YouTube. 30% of it, whereas Patreon only takes 5%. I've still never been to any kind of convention yet. I'm not much of a traveling kind of person, which is one of the main reasons why. What about a monthly sub? Well, that basically is what Patreon is, as well as YouTube's version. But no, everything that has that set up takes like a ridiculously large percent. Twitch's version of it takes 50%, and YouTube's version of it takes 30%. Whereas things like donations only end up taking about 3%, and Patreon only takes about 5%. Hey, our board games are always fun. I don't play too many physical games these days, but it's always great to do so on occasion. I just don't normally have anyone to normally play them with, which is why I don't get around to them too often. Thank you for that, Zeddicus. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, and the fee for donation is actually the smallest one as well, oddly enough. I believe the exact amount comes out to 2.3% plus 30 cents, or it's 2.7% plus 30 cents, I believe. I forget exactly what it was. Relatively small. Which actually has the smallest cut out of any possible donation method. Not sure if anything even lower than that. Why so many people use PayPal? Let's see, we'll throw another firebomb down. Well, English is my only language, so hopefully I would be at least somewhat fluent in it. Oh no, I'm pretty bad with quite a bit of English, at least pronouncing-wise. But, yeah, I do like writing. That definitely helps with it some. But I'm pretty bad at talking, oddly enough, despite doing that literally every single day. I'd still say I'm bad at it. Never been much of a talker, personally. My writing normally comes out way better than however I normally talk. But, do I ever do comedic videos? No, I would be really bad at comedy. Those are two types of videos I will probably almost never do, even if I do start getting into other content. Compilation videos and comedic videos. Both of which I will be abysmally bad at. I sometimes make jokes. Really, really corny jokes, though. Or really punny jokes, one or the other. That's about it. Also, again with this Tita, never wants to go down. Exploration and challenges are the best game modes for finding gnomes. That is correct. Technically, doing challenges is ever so slightly more gnomes. However, you do not get that base gold every single battle. You probably only get like 20, 30, 40 gold there instead of like 500 something. So that's one of the biggest reasons to explore that, and it has a better trait stone drop rate. But technically, if the only thing you cared about was gnomes and literally nothing else, you would do challenges, as you do get slightly more gnomes that way. However, assuming you have the stats, it's pretty much just better off just doing explore. While it is an ever so slightly less battles per hour, it is much better gold rate and it has much better trait stones. Because explore has better drop rate of runics, arcanes, and celestials than any other area of the game. But the most noteworthy one of those being, of course, the higher arcane drop rate. Yeah, most of the stuff that I do content-wise doesn't really try hitting a big audience, that is for sure. I have considered even making like a new channel or something for that. And just keep this solely as a gaming channel and then have another channel for other content. I don't know, it just seemed a little bit weird trying to mesh it into this channel if I do try doing it. Just because it might be a little bit out of place. But I don't know. I might consider eventually making another channel for it. Because I do feel like some of that kind of stuff would be a little bit out of place. Especially some of the stuff I would want to cover if I do stuff like that. I don't know, we might eventually. Oh yeah, spell reduction has that slight issue with split damage sometimes. I believe they fixed the bug with it. However, there might still be occasional instances where it doesn't work properly. But one big issue that it had that was mostly fixed was whenever you do split damage against something that has spell damage reduction, it sometimes overcompensates the spell reduction. It's not like before where it would make it so you would literally be impossible to kill with split damage. But I believe it still does overcompensate the spell reduction sometimes on split damage. So I never keep track of it exactly to know for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it still does occasionally. Calculate it out incorrectly. It's not as bad as it was glitched before though. Actually, I'm not even sure if it even was in the live game when it was glitched that bad. I think it was just in the beta. But it was really broken when it first came out. I believe they fixed it for the most part. It is still possible that they didn't fix it completely. Zeddicus. You love when you're watching one of my videos and then it plays one of the old videos and you get to hear how I used to sound. That's pretty funny. Stream just went down. Okay, we're back. Yeah, that's pretty funny. But, yeah, my old videos used to sound different for a couple reasons. One is the mic initially. And the other is my voice just changed from talking so much every single day from doing this channel. Yeah, my voice has changed quite a bit. If you go back and listen to what I sound like. I almost cringe at like what I used to sound like. It's because it seems so different. Like my voice now, it just seems like normal now. But before, it seems kind of weird now, at least compared to what it is now. I don't think it's changed much in the last year, though. For like the first 2 years, it changed a lot. When is the best to get out of a guild? Once you have level 10 all kingdoms, you normally want to try finding a guild that has a requirement that you can do per week. Something like 200,000 gold, 300,000 gold, 500,000 gold. If you're really active, maybe a guild with 1,000,000 gold requirement. But normally once you have level 10 all kingdom, is the first instance where you want to try finding a better guild if you're still in like your very first guild still. And you can reach that point within pretty much about a month or less normally. More often than not. Because normally your first guild is just the guild that you kind of chill in when you first start out. Then you find a better guild. And then once you get like level 5 all kingdoms, then you try finding a better guild after that possibly. That's basically every single time you shift through the game areas. Once you go from early game to mid game, you find a new guild, and then once you go from mid game to end game, you find a new guild sometimes. But some people just stay in their mid game guild forever, just because of how active they are. Because if you're only planning on playing like let's say 5 hours a week or something, you're probably just going to want to stay in a mid game guild, even if you're in late game, just because you might not have the time to actually do the requirement of the higher guild. I got a bit of souls with a trait stone there. Be able to get that level any moment now. Actually surprised we haven't hit that level yet. A third world problem, or third world country problem, yeah. Well, I have the same kind of issue in my area, at least relative to the United States. The area I currently live in has some of the lowest wages of anywhere in the country, and most jobs are around $7.25 an hour to about $8 an hour or so. So it's pretty much just better for me to do side stuff like writing, this YouTube channel, and other similar things, just to make money on the side rather than, oh, there's the level, rather than really getting a normal job. Because just letting stuff like that grow over time basically pays out better for now than I would just from having a normal job. Because if I was just to get one of those jobs, there's almost no real room for going up in most of those kind of jobs. Most of those are just going to stay at whatever you go in at. Like if I go in at something at like $8, it's going to stay that way for like at least like a year, if not longer. Probably even longer. So really not much of a point in doing them for the most part. Unless I just really need the money, but I just haven't really needed money that desperately yet. But I would get one if I really needed to. Because I do make less money from not having one, but still enough to live off of, so it's fine. Plus, it's fun being self-employed. I've been self-employed since 19 now, and I'm 24 now. Almost 25. Let's see, move that over, sunburn it down, and instead, we'll cast. Now we just need about 60 more battles. And then we'll finally get this thing maxed. Or not maxed, but level 66. Which is our goal that we had for now. And we can get to 70 by later tomorrow, easily. And then we would hit all the goals that we have. Or actually, not all the goals. The other goal is to get 10 vault keys this weekend. We're at 6 right now. Of course, that's slightly luck-based, though. You're amazed I'm still able to wake up the same time every day? Well, sometimes I oversleep a little bit. Really just depends. My sleep schedule tends to be all over the place, even though I do tend to wake up at the same time to do the streams on Friday and Saturday and stuff. And normally for the Monday stream, I normally wake up at the same time for that. As far as when I go to bed, it tends to vary all over the place. I go to bed anywheres from like 11 p.m. all the way to like 6 a.m. in the morning or something like that. Sometimes even a little bit later than that. Sometimes I just sleep during the day. It's mainly because I'm more aware at night, more often than not. I'm definitely a night owl, that is for sure. Oh, I actually love schedules. My problem is when I don't schedule stuff, I tend to never really get anything done. Like, I have to have it, like, really specifically scheduled. Otherwise, I'll not feel like doing it. The shameless plug. No problem, JZG. All good. It's a relevant plug. Ugh. Let me reposition. Starting to get sore from sitting. Yeah, I have no clue how people can actually stream for like 8 hours a day or something like that. Like my eyes or some part of my body will get tired after like several hours, even like just a few hours of it. Could just be my chair as well. Maybe I'll need to upgrade my chair eventually. Still using the same chair since it basically just came with this house. I normally don't buy furniture more often than not, because most of it I don't really use. The only things that I really need that are good, or you know, like decently upgraded, is bed and kitchen. And I guess technically bathroom. And everything else is pretty much irrelevant. Like living room, it could literally just be nothing. Dining room could just be like a table and a chair, if even that. You don't really even need a dining room. Other things in your bedroom, you just use a closet and hangers and other stuff for storage. Don't really need many cabinets. Actually, about a month or two ago, I just got a free dresser from my neighbor. They were just going to throw it away. So, yeah, I helped them move some stuff and got it for free. So didn't even need to get anything like that. I don't know, I've never been big on furniture. I'm actually really ridiculously cheap / frugal that way. There's so many things I do to cost cut. Actually, I mentioned that my toilet slightly broke the other day. And now I'm actually saving even more money with that, because instead of having to flush it, what I do now is whenever I take a shower, I just have a bucket in there that fills up with water as I'm taking the shower. And then you just put the water into the toilet to flush it. I've just been doing that for that toilet now. Because the flushing functionality just doesn't even really work on it anymore. And oddly enough, that actually does save some money doing it that way. I'm normally not that paranoid about saving money, but the toilet kind of broke, so kind of have to do it that way now. Though it does have the interesting byproduct of actually saving money slightly. But you don't need extremely good English skills to be able to do commentary more often than not. Like, you don't always have to commentary literally everything. I tend to most of the time. That's just because that's what I like to do. I pretty much already do that even before I ever started streaming. I always talk to myself whenever I'm gaming. So, like, not in an angry way or anything, because I, like, pretty much never get angry at the game or anything. But, you know, just in the way of, like, kind of saying what's going on. Some degree, which is kind of funny because that's exactly what you do for YouTube videos and stuff anyways. That's kind of convenient. But water in general, there's probably going to be so many water crises between global warming and just the way that we use water currently, because many of our foods just use way too much water, particularly nuts, meats, and a few other things just ridiculously overuse water. And also the methods that we use for just watering crops in general are pretty inefficient these days, or pretty much always. They've never been really efficient. But I don't know, hopefully technology will improve in that in the future. People will start caring more eventually. But yeah, water will probably be like a really big issue in the near future. Like several decades down the line. Let's see. You need about 20 to 30 more battles. So let me go check real quick. Actually, probably shouldn't. Never mind. If I go check right now. Actually, no, never mind. We don't need to go out of the menu to go check it. I forgot. We could do it through the troop menu by clicking on the thing. We could do it that way. Curious how many more battles we have. Let's see. Grab that, grab that. Yeah, it was about right. I said 30. We're at 32. Or 32 more, I should say. Yeah, getting a good mattress is pretty important, though you do have to make sure you don't get, like, scammed. Because there's a lot of mattress sales tricks out there. Try to get you to pay more than you really need to. Because just because it costs more doesn't mean it's necessarily better. Yeah, having a good mattress is definitely really important. Spend like 1/3 of your life on it, might as well. What do we take here? Let's go Firebomb. And 30 more to go. Hopefully we can get one more Volkey in that time. Highly doubt it, though. At least one more good Gnome drop, if nothing else. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. That should only take another 10 minutes or so. And then we'll probably wrap up for now. Till later tonight. Once we hit that level. Hey, there we go. Come on, Volkey. You know you want to. Make it so we have 4 this stream. Actually, we're already at 1 per hour this stream. So we're actually at a decent drop rate. But still can get more. Make up for yesterday's bad drop rate. Do you think the game is programmed to drop 1 key per hour at max? No. I've seen multiple per hour before. We've also seen 2 back-to-back before. Like, literally back-to-back, as in you do a battle, get a Volkey. Next battle, do a battle, get a Volkey. But no, it's definitely possible. Chance, of course, is slightly unlikely. But it's definitely possible to get multiple per hour. Whenever I say that number, it's normally on average. Not like literally you get 1 every hour. You can easily get 2 within 30 minutes or something. And you can also go 5 hours with none. Okay, good. We still have something for Sunbird. We'll throw that down, get her hit, and down it goes. Probably about 25, 20 more battles to go. Okay, throw a firebomb there. Go Sunbird and just wipe it out. Pretty much how it normally goes. Grab the blue, grab our reds. Full mana guarantee, since we only need 1 mana at that point. The fact that it explodes 4 reds is already guaranteed 2 mana. Assuming there's that many reds on the board, but very rarely would there be none. Come on, one more vault key. You know you want to. At least something that's not useless. Not a vault key, like 4 gem keys or something. Hey, vault key! We got it. Nice. 7 vault keys, 4 this stream. 2 within this hour. So see, you can get 2 in an hour. Yeah, we got 4 vault keys in 3 hours. So one of those hours did 2. Might not have been this one. I think it was this one, though. If it'll ever load. The awkward moment when you win too many battles in a row. Then it lags forever. The main thing that makes that lag is if you win very quickly a lot of times in a row without going back to the map menu. Any day now. Doesn't do it in like 15 seconds. I might just restart the game. It's taunting us with that vault key. It's lagging us so we'll never be able to use it. So we'll give it about 10 more seconds. Come on. Come on. It only happens to me. It might be a PC issue, I believe. I know it happens way more often on PC than it does on Nintendo Switch. I know when I do similar in Nintendo Switch, it doesn't do it as bad. Or even really that much at all. But now I heard people mention that this used to be more of an issue in the past, but it still happens. Yeah, we're just gonna restart the game at this point. Probably be quicker. Of course, close the program. Open Steam. Launch it again. Get rid of that. Launch it right over. Where'd it go? I will do it through the Steam page, I guess. You know, we'll do it this way. Actually, while we're there, how many people are playing right now? There are 2,000 people playing on PC right now. Not even counting the other versions. Yeah, that really spikes up when it's a Gnome event. Interesting. Also, I didn't realize I didn't move my where'd it go? I didn't move the clock. There it is, right there. See it in the background. Well, you can't actually see the numbers. So you can see it's kind of there. It's like a dot in the middle of nowhere. Almost like makes it look like I have like the dirt on the camera or something, but no, that's actually the timer in the background. The clock. The light is showing through the green screen and it's making it not green screen that area. Anyways, where were we? We're gonna use this vault key that we just got. Come on, good drops. Oh, now it's making me use the A button instead of Y. Weird. That's fine. Wow, that's not good. Got nothing at all. We got 3 Centrics now as well. That is unfortunate. Well then, anyways, let's go do, where were we? Go do, Grimwoods. Yeah, the A button is so much noisier than the Y button. Another gnome though. Nice. Pretty sure you guys can hear it. Like, this is the Y button. And this is the A button. It is so much noisier. Not sure if that's coming through on the mic. Actually, here. I can hear it. Y button. And A button. Yeah, I'll take that, throw that down. You hope to get Cedric today? Well, he's pretty common. We got 3 of him within 7 keys. It feels like we're always getting him as almost half our drops, it feels like. Like 1/3 or half. I still haven't gotten him on my Nintendo Switch account, though. So I know the feeling. Hopefully next Vault event. Ideally next Vault event on Nintendo Switch, which I believe is in next week, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's not at the same time as all the other platforms. But hopefully next Vault event I'll be able to get Cedric on it. Because, yeah, I still need it for the other account. It's always annoying until you get, like, those first copy or 2. But then once you have those copies, you basically don't need any further copies. What's my thoughts on Champion of Anu? He's near useless. The only thing you use him for is to upgrade Sword's Edge. He's also very occasionally used in Blue Guild War. Other than that, that's about it. Pretty much just used for the upgrading Sword's Edge to 10+ stars. Yeah, it actually killed both of them because of the skull destruction. Nice. Oh, there we go. We gained our level. We did it! Oh, there's one of our goals kind of reached. Slightly. Arbitrary goal just getting 66. And hopefully later on we'll be able to max that out to 70. Or not max, but, you know, halfway point. And then start slowly working on the rest. It'll take another 14 hours. But if we split that up, we have how many more days? It comes out the 17th. So if we split it up per day... we could probably get that done. That's less than 1 hour per day. If we farm with this hero class for 1 hour a day, we will have it completed. And of course, we're going to have more than that done today as well as tomorrow. Yeah, just doing it 1 hour a day would get it done. Way much easily in time. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or anything you want me to go over? Otherwise, I'll probably be wrapping up for now. We will be back 7 hours from now, though, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tonight, we're mainly just going to be doing, well, pretty much what we're doing now, as well as probably messing around with some of our dailies. Just doing some delves and, you know, all that good stuff. Might play the Nintendo Switch account some as well. Not sure. And pretty much just a normal. Obviously, we're already done with Tower of Doom. I still have the other 2 events to do on the other account, so maybe we'll do one of those later tonight, since we're already done with Tower of Doom. We could either do Bounty Hunter on the other account or Guild Wars, which I'll probably wait until tomorrow to do Guild Wars on it, so we can do all 6 Guild Wars at once. Oh, this will be our last treasure gnome, I guess, and our last battle. Oops, stream just went down. Okay, he came back. We did get a gnome right there, and a gnome gives us... ah, why do you have to ruin it? What a horrible way to end 2 minor trait studs. But the amount of time it's going to take till we get another gnomes is going to be too much. But anyways, guys, I'll be back later. I guess I'll catch you all in about 7 hours from now if you're going to be around. Otherwise, I'll catch you tomorrow or on Monday for the event video or whenever you guys come back again. Why are you leveling up that hero class? Because we're trying to level up every hero class in the game. The specific reason I'm trying to do it before May 17th is because in the team that we're using right now, this team right here, where it is Sunbird, Imperial Jewel, Firebomb, Forest Guardian, there's going to be a new meta for this team on May 17th On May 17th, we're getting a new faction, and on that new faction, we're getting a troop that starts all elementals with 50% mana. And while that wouldn't have any additional benefit, since the team would start with the exact same amount of manas, the main benefit that would add is this would then be an elemental, this would be an elemental, and this would be an elemental, meaning we would end up gaining 6 HP off of that, which is more than what we're currently gaining now. While using Warden into this, we're currently gaining 4 HP, which is of course 4 extra damage for Sunbird. But once that comes in, that will then be 6 additional damage for our Sunbird. While it's not like a gigantic difference, it is better than how Forest Guardian currently runs with this team. And while it's relatively trivial, that can end up saving about a minute per hour or so. So it does come into play. And I want to get Forest Guardian, or I want to get Warden done, just because this is the last time we're ever going to be using Forest Guardian. Because once that new troop comes in, we will no longer be using Forest Guardian with that team ever again. Just because it's not worth it. Unless we get a daily task that tells us to use like 3 beasts or something. That's the only time we'd bother bringing that back out. 4 elementals then? No, it wouldn't be 4 elementals because Hero does not have an elemental option currently. So we wouldn't have an elemental for it, unfortunately. So yeah, you technically could go 4 elementals. However, you wouldn't be able to use Hero, and that would slightly defeat the point of, you know, farming those game modes. Because one of those main things that you do during those game modes is farm EXP. Has one of the highest class EXP rates in the entire game. But, yeah, you could do 4 elementals. But, I don't think it would be worth it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to catch all of you later. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck with the Vault event. And, yeah, have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye, everyone.